Good morning. Happy coffee talk. Cutting coffee talk close today. I've got to go get Georgia out of her bed here in a little bit. And I was like, you know what? I'm recording no matter what. I slept late today. I slept till 7:30. I normally get up at 5. So that was kind of weird for me. Coffee is that same really good Beck's coffee, the winter blend. And this is one of my favorite mugs. Sometimes I even take this mug when I travel because I like it that much. Like it is, it looks just like the Washington sky and the colors of winter here. It's kind of like a grayish blue green. So I want to jump into the coffee talk message, but before I do that, I have to remind you about our scholarship because the applications close today is Thursday, so Friday, Saturday. So in just a little bit over 48 hours, we are closing the applications for this huge opportunity. We only do this once a year where we give away full year scholarship. This is a $6,500 coaching package. So if you are wanting to, here's the deal. Like if you are like, the time is now. I've got to make some changes. I've got to eat better. I have got to start taking care of my body. I have to start exercising. I've got to make some lifestyle changes. This is the time. And you want to be considered for our giveaway, this scholarship, then all you have to do is apply and tell us why now. So I'll put the link in the bio, the link in the comments in the show notes. Fill it out. Put yourself in the running. We're going to give away one full scholarship, and then we're going to give away a handful of partial scholarships. And so this is an opportunity for you to make a huge change. The people who've won in the past, like I can't even tell you, they are now they're thriving. They're a part of our Fitme community leader program because they made so much progress that they're like excited to help other people. They are supported. They have created the change that they set out for. And so apply. That's all you got to do. Fill it out. Put yourself in the running. This isn't like HGTV where there's going to be like thousands of people, millions of people trying to win the tiny house or the new kitchen. Like this is, a couple hundred people at the most and not even that. Right now we're at like 90 people. So you're in the ballpark of just filling it out. Just fill it out and so that we can consider you. So let's dive into the coffee talk message. I posted a picture on my Instagram this morning of me in my leggings and my sports bra. And this is the lowest body weight that I've been since I had Georgia. Now, you guys know if you're just new and plugging into Coffee Talk and you're like, oh, Christy, you've always like been kind of, in great shape and lean. Nope, that's not true. I struggled with my weight for a long time. I lost 40 to 45 pounds about 10 years ago, kept it off for a while. And then when I got pregnant with my daughter, Georgia, normal pregnancy weight came back. And then it took a while, to be honest, for me to get back to what felt like my, sort of like my fit body. I did lose most of the weight, within the first 2 years, but then I just kind of felt a lot softer, not quite like myself. My clothes still didn't fit as well. And it's been over the past year that I feel like I've really turned into like what feels like me, like my athlete body. Now, if you're following that timeline, I'm talking 3 years postpartum to really feel 100% like me. Does it take that long for everybody? No. Some people it takes less long. Some people can do it in 6 months. I'm just not that girl. It took me longer. I did lose most of the weight, in the first year or so, but it just took a long time for me to feel like me. And over the past couple of weeks and months, I've made some pretty substantial progress on what I would call like my body composition. So muscle versus fat, right? And people have noticed and they tell me and stuff like that. But what I'm telling you about this on Coffee Talk is because one, I want to like pull back some of the curtains, Wizard of Oz style, because you see a picture like that on Instagram, you're like, oh my God, how do I do that? What do I need to sign up for to buy it? And of course, I want you to sign up for coaching with Fitme and we can help you in a million different ways. But I also want you to have all of the information in reality. So information number one, it took over 3 years for me to feel like my athlete body again after having my daughter. It did not take 3 months. It did not take 6 weeks. It took longer. Pull back the curtain number two. I do not track my macros. It's a tool that I've used with clients before. It's something that I think is very valuable. What I do is I use tracking and macros to calibrate myself a couple of times a year. So I will do it, for a week or two here and there just to kind of make sure my portion sizes are in line, to make sure I'm eating enough food, all of that good stuff. And then I default to our Fitme plates and make that, and like really good boundaries around food, which is exactly what we teach our clients in Fitme to do, by the way. We use macros or tracking as a tool, like a teaching tool that you could use as it works for your life. If it's something that works great for you, great. If it's something that you just use once in a while, great. So that is what I do. I'm not doing some secret program, right? I use tracking a couple of times a year to calibrate. So when the holidays were over, I started tracking my food for a week or two just to calibrate, and then, now I'm not tracking. I'm simply focused on, and this is what we do in Fitme, I'm focused on eating Fitme plates. So I am focused on breakfast needs to have protein, vegetables, a quality carb, a healthy fat. Lunch, same thing. Dinner, same thing. Snacks need to look balanced like that. I'm drinking water. Am I drinking all my water? No. But I'm drinking plenty of liquid. And I am walking. So my treadmill that's in my room, I turn it on and I just get on there and walk sometimes when I'm on the phone. I'm lifting probably 4 days a week, and then I'm doing jujitsu. That's all that I'm doing. I'm taking a break from most sugar and alcohol. So yesterday I had a little treat because it was my friend's birthday. But for the most part, there's no sugar in my day right now. There's no like treat that I'm grabbing from the pantry or something like that. And I haven't had a drink in a few weeks since the last time I was on travel. And so that is what I'm doing to create this progress. So this is why I'm telling you this, because I'm telling you exactly what I'm doing right now, but this is what I've been doing on and off for a couple of years to create the physique. I hate that stupid word, but like, if you look at the picture, I want you to have a full understanding of what it is. And so, yes, the past few weeks I've been doing that, and that has created maybe another 2 to 3 pounds of change, but it's the multiple years of focusing on this that's really created that physique. And so that's the part, again, I'm pulling back the curtain and saying like, that did not happen in 2 weeks. That didn't even happen in 2 months. I worked really hard last year on losing those last like 10 pounds of baby weight. That was not easy for me. Even as a nutrition coach, as a trainer, I really had to prioritize and focus on the things that I just explained to you, the walking, the portion sizes, the prioritizing of sleep, of managing stress, of all of those things in order to create that change. And multiple years of lifting and exercise have created muscles. And so the only reason I'm telling you that is not to say like, oh, you can't make progress quickly. You can. But I just don't want you to feel like, oh my gosh, like how does she get there in a couple of weeks? It's just January, 19th. I didn't. And I don't want anyone else to tell you that they did either, and for you to believe them. And so the other thing that I've been focusing on that you can't see in that picture is sleep. And so I've been going to bed earlier. I've been trying to sleep more restfully, not screwing around with my phone before bed, those kind of things, and just trying to sleep as much as possible. And over the past 2 weeks, my average sleep has been 8 to 9 hours. That's a lot, but that also explains why I'm seeing progress speed up in terms of like my body composition changes. People are like, oh, you look different. Well, I'm sleeping a lot more. And that's what I'm doing. And so I'm telling you all of this because I'm just giving you the formula. If you want to see those changes, that is what you do. Now, it's easier said than done, which is why we focus in Fitme on coaching someone on how to do this, and we create that big change. We help you put all those lifestyle pieces in place so that you can eat Fitme plate style meals. You can walk, you can exercise and lift weights, you can drink water, you can have good boundaries around sugar and alcohol and, eating out and all that stuff. Like, that's the formula, what I just told you right there. But again, easier said than done, because you have to put those things in place and do them consistently. And that's why coaching can be so helpful. But I just thought I would tell you, because people always ask, like, what are you doing? What's different? Nothing's different. I'm doing the same thing that I've been doing for years. I just cycle in and out of how, consistent I am. In the holidays, I allowed myself to enjoy more treats. I traveled to the East Coast to see my brother and sister. I enjoyed a little bit more nonsense than I normally do. And I didn't stress about it. You know why? Because I knew as soon as I got back, I would be back to business. And it wasn't like a whole new plan of like flip the tables over and start keto or start Optavia or start whatever. No, it's just go back to the things that I always do, just tighten up the consistency. And so I'll do this very consistently for, 8 to 12 weeks. I'll probably watch the scale slowly move down for 8 to 12 weeks. And then you know what? I'll probably give myself a little break. And I'm not going to go full send crazy and eat all the fast food and drink all the alcohol and have all the sugar treats. No, I'll probably just do exactly what I'm doing right now. I'll just add in a little bit more, treats and enjoyment. And you can't lose weight forever, PS. And so I'll probably need to add in a little bit more food. That's how it works. And so I don't know if this episode is helpful. I just wanted to kind of peel back the curtain of creating physical change and what that looks like and simplify it for you. And you're like, Christy, but where do I start? I just heard you say all those things and I want to see some changes in my body. So where do I start? Here's where I would start. I'm going to break it down for you exactly where I would start. P.S. Everybody's individual. So that's why people want an individual coach at Fitme, because your unique circumstances can make applying this in your life, unique. Excuse me. So these are the basics. This is what I would encourage you to do. And then, know that you're going to need to apply it into your real life. And if you need help with that, I'll help you. But step 1, I encourage you to start walking. That is the easiest, potentially most accessible. You cannot tell me you can't do it. I know you can. Wherever you are right now, you can start walking. And if you're at 0 right now, you can start walking 30 minutes a day. If you move around a decent amount and you can knock out, a 30 to 45 minute walk in the morning before work, great. Whatever it is, if your goal is weight loss, fat loss, body composition change, walking, or stress management, walking is going to be a really good choice for you. And I would encourage you to do a minimum of 30 minutes of walking every day. So there's your step 1. There's where you start. Step 1. Step 2, I would encourage you to stop drinking your calories. This is one of our Fitme basics. I tell everybody this when they first join. This was something that I got wrong. I used to drink all my calories all the time. And it just makes it really tough to see weight loss, to see those changes. So cut back on the calories that you're drinking. If you're drinking soda, cut it way back. If you're drinking alcohol, cut it way back. If you're drinking sugary coffees, cut it way back. Like, let's cut back on, if you're drinking juices, any of those things, cut it. Cut it back as far as you can cut it. If you can go to 0, great. Save those for treats. It's not like you never have a cocktail again. It's just not what we do every day. So that's that second piece. Now what I want you to focus on is eating Fitme plate style meals. Your protein should be the star. Protein is the star of your plate. And then I want you to fill the half of your plate with vegetables. I want a quality carb source, as quality as you can get, right? There's carbs, there's gummy bear carbs, and then there's sweet potato carbs. And there's a whole bunch of stuff in between. I want you to go as close to sweet potato as you can and give yourself one portion size. And so for most people, that looks like about the size of a tennis ball. If you're super active, it's going to be more than that. But I'm just giving you, again, like the ballpark. And then a serving of healthy fat. And you can put your healthy fat on your vegetables. You can put it on your carb. Like you could put some olive oil. You could put some butter. You could put some avocado. You could put some cheese, some sour cream. And you put a portion of healthy fat on your plate. Now you've got a really balanced, awesome plate. And that is how you will eat most of your meals. When you do that, this is sort of like bypassing having to track and weigh and measure all your food. It gets you in the ballpark. Is it perfect? No. If you're a performance athlete, is this going to give you exactly what you need? No, probably not. Is this going to help you lose the last 5 pounds so you can be photo shoot ready? No, probably not. But this will get you 90% of the way there. Okay. So this ballpark Fitme plate idea gets you a lot of the way there. Now, you need boundaries. You need boundaries around the problematic foods that you tend to overdo. Some people think this is restrictions. It's not restrictions. These are boundaries. You are choosing them. I'm not telling you to do this. I'm telling you that when you put boundaries in place, then you get to make the choice for yourself. And some of those boundaries that I suggest for people in Fitme is, one, make fast food not an option. As long as it's an option, you're still going to think about it and potentially go through that drive-through on the way home. And sometimes you might make a decent choice and plenty of other times you're not. And so if you take it off the table as an option and you're just like, fast food's not an option, you start cooking more at home, you're going to start creating better food choices most of the time. Now, if you're happy with the amount of fast food that you're eating, you're not worried about it, then I'm not talking to you. Have your fast food once in a while. I'm talking about you if you know you're abusing fast food and you know you're doing it too often. You know it's a problem. That's who I'm talking to. Make it not an option. The other boundary that I would suggest that you put in place is, if you wouldn't want it in your house on your worst day, don't buy it. Don't buy the Oreos. If you know that on a stressed out work day that you're going to come home and you're going to eat the entire thread of Oreos rather than just two, don't put them in your house. It's fine. Doesn't mean you can never have Oreos again. You're choosing this boundary and saying, I'm not having it in my house. Create a sanctuary in your house of good quality foods, of things like that fill you up and nourish you, that don't trigger you and make you want to completely overdo it. So if you wouldn't want it in your house on your worst day, then don't buy it. That's one of my, basic boundaries. And that fast food isn't an option piece. It really helped me. If it doesn't apply to you, then don't worry about it. You do you. Focus on your Fitme plates. Start walking a minimum of 30 minutes every day. And I highly encourage you to start doing some version of strength training, and it can be body weight. It can be your own body weight, but 2 to 3 times a week doing some version of strength training is going to help you. That is it. That's it. It's so crazy because that seems so simple. And I know it's not simple. I'm not trying to, make it sound like, ooh, isn't that so easy? It's not. If you've been living a different kind of lifestyle, then doing that's not going to be easy. But it is that simple. And so how do you get there? One doable step at a time. One doable step at a time. Start with the walking. Start with the not drinking your calories. Focus on those plates. Maybe get one plate a day that looks like a Fitme plate. Start focusing on those boundaries. Maybe when you're at the grocery store, be like, I'm not buying that this week. When the kids are like, where's the Oreos? You're like, I didn't buy them. The end. Start thinking about how you can just make little tiny incremental steps forward and watch them add up. Switch doesn't happen necessarily overnight. So hopefully this episode was helpful. You got something tangible that you can use. I hope I revealed a little bit of insight into the picture that I shared on social and what's going into that picture, and that it's not an overnight thing. And hopefully that's refreshing and helpful, because again, you see a lot of things online and you're like, well, how do I get there that fast? And what am I doing wrong? I just gave you the formula of what to do. And I told you that it took me multiple years to do that. So if you have questions, reach out, let me know. Any way that I can help. This is what we do in Fitme. We help people build this healthy lifestyle so that it lasts in the long term. And I want you to have that too. I want you to feel better in your skin. I want you to lose the weight finally. I want you to finally feel like your family is doing healthy things together. You can create that lifestyle shift. You can 100% do it. So if you need help, reach out. Let me know. Thanks as always for plugging into Coffee Talk. If you haven't done so, subscribe to Fitme Coffee Talk on your favorite podcast platform. And if you're not a part of our Facebook group yet, come on over to Facebook, search Fitme Community, request to join the group. I will add you there. I can't wait for you to be a part of it. The Fitme Reset's going on right now. We're going to have free programs, games, and challenges every single month in Fitme. I'm excited for next month. And so be sure to pop in there, and I will talk to you later. Bye.